Oh, we're here. All right. What is happening? What is going on? Welcome back to the final Twisted Transitions podcast for 2025. Yeah, we're at the end of the year, guys, and what a year it has been. I've got a good amount of stuff to talk to you guys about, to tell you what has been happening, tell you about what a crazy week I just got off of. Oh, it's been absolutely insane. So I got great stuff about that. What I've learned, what I'll do different next year, I will talk about that. And we will talk about a new setup for going into 2026. And then, of course, towards the end, we will have our normal Q&A. So first things first, who's in the house today? It looks like James King was the first one in the house today. What's good? What's good? Next up, we got DJ Danny BHTX. What's happening? Appreciate you guys always coming through to show me some love. I really appreciate that. If you will take a look at the poll that is in the chat, I just want to make sure that I've got multiple things happening so you guys are not bored. So I got a little poll in the chat, and then we've got some great stuff to talk about. So, like I stated in the beginning, this is the last show for the year because next week on Thursday, it's Christmas. And then the week after that, it's New Year's. So, just going to take, the time off and enjoy family and everything here so that we can make sure that you guys are doing so as well. So you're not obligated to come here and watch this mug. But I will be back at the beginning of January. And hopefully in January, we will have guests return to the show as I've been reaching out to a few guests and they have agreed to do the show. So now I just have to schedule it, market them, all the great stuff that comes along with doing a podcast and adding a whole nother person. So just when you think it's easy, it's so much more that has to be done. So thank you guys and stuff for being here today. So let's jump right into it. Okay. So first thing that we're going to talk about, we're going to rewind the clock and we're going to go back 2 weeks. Okay, because that's when it all really kind of started here. That's where I think I left off with you guys. So let's go back 2 weeks. So here was the start of things here. This is my setup that I ran for the Adams Pond wedding. And it was my last wedding before I started getting into the Christmas parties. So we had a basic setup here, but what I want you guys to really take a look at here is how I utilize the space, how everything is just nice and neat. And I do have to give big kudos to Helper Rick for really getting this tape job down. I mean, that looks absolutely clean. I mean, I hope that my client saw how clean that was. I did get a 5-star review for this event, which was really good, but it just looks absolutely clean. I could have thrown 2 more lights behind me just to kind of give it a little extra oomph. But once you see how many people were at this event, I really was, I had enough. I had plenty of equipment out for this. And here's a clip from that event so you guys can see it. So there's me DJing right there. And then, of course, Helper Rick, who has been doing a great job with capturing some content. He kind of got this footage for me. And I believe it translates over into the crowd. This may have been a reel that I posted here recently. But you can kind of see that just with the IR4s on the ground and the 2 moving heads, it is more than enough lighting. More than enough. Way just beautiful. That's not uplighting. That's just IR4s that I bring to every event that we spaced out and those 2 movers. So just when you thought everything was simplistic, it is actually great. It is fantastic. So I like the amount of equipment that we bring out for this and still be able to cover all of this. As you can see, the dancing just got a little interesting there. Here's another one. You gotta see like from another angle there. Yeah, you can see Helper Rick right there capturing content, but this is what I got from my phone. Bride and groom at the end of that train, and then they were out there. So like I said, it wasn't a whole lot of people out there, but we had fun based on what we were working with, which I'm not mad at. I definitely welcome, the smaller crowds as well, because, it's a little bit more of a challenge. It's more of a challenge to get the small crowd of people that were there to dance and keep them dancing as it would have been to keep a large crowd going. So that was 2 weeks ago, and that was the last wedding that I have done here in a minute, with the exception of this past Sunday. But right after that, which is this past week, this past Thursday, I was able to dive into our first Christmas party. And as you can see here, I'm going to move myself out of the way so you can see the full thing here. There you go. So as you can see here for this Christmas party, I did bring out the tea stand. I know you guys always ask, well, you didn't bring out a tea stand. Well, this event definitely, I wanted to showcase the tea stand, which was absolutely a gem. It looked absolutely great up there, even though they gave me all this stage up there. I was the only thing up there along with my audio rack, which was great. I had the 4 movers out for this one. And what you'll see here in just a second is how that looked. Now, I did bring out the JBL system. This is the first time that I brought out the full JBL system. So this is the JBL SRXs. The tops are the 815Ps, and I believe the bottoms are like a 9-something piece, but still the SRX family. And let me just tell you guys, these speakers do more than a job. They kill. They slaughter. It was fantastic. I had no problem with the sound that they gave off. However, I did have a problem with the power that was given to me. Let's just say that was given to me to be able to utilize this. So when I got back there, they let us set up a day early. So the day before the event, I went in, set everything up. These trees were not set up. This was day 2. They set up these trees. So somebody, the young lady who's behind there, and another young lady, she's off to the left of one of the trees there, they had plugged these trees up into the only power that was run to me. So I told them, this is the power that was laid out for me, and they didn't have a problem with it. But then they ran another cable for me that came off of like a big circuit breaker board that had other people plugged in, and it was supposed to give me my own circuit, but it was like a big circuit breaker that was broken down into little, 20 amps. It was supposed to be 20 amps, but it really wasn't. When I left, the voltage, the wattage that I was getting was 117, 118 watts. And when I got back that day there, it was down to 106. And apparently you are not supposed to run this system at 106 because it will drop down into below 100s and they will clip. And I found that out the hard way 3 times. Yep, 3 times during this event. The music just kind of, it didn't cut off. It just kind of, went all the way down, went into safe mode, and the music was very soft, and then it just kind of gradually came up. So what I ended up having to do, or what Helper Mike ended up having to do, I said Helper Mike, DJ Mike, because he was with me, we ended up having to unplug this sub right here. We unplugged this sub to try to run it off of that, and having just the other sub on the other side run it. And this was only for like the last 45 minutes that we unplugged it for. So it was full force all before that, and then we unplugged it for the last 45 minutes. But having the sub, with just one sub running, it was actually really, really good. Like, it still was really, really good. Let me show you. I just posted a reel recently. You guys may have seen it, but I did bring the video over from here. So Let's see right here. So you can see what it looks like. And you could see that this year they brought a dance floor. Last year they did not have a dance floor, but this year they did. They actually had 100 more people than they did last year as well. And you could see just a sea of people. I mean, it's so many people. It's so many people. But they gave me my space, and that's what I needed. I kept having a couple of people walk through this little area that was to the left or to the right of me. And I couldn't understand why when we're at this big venue that you have to walk through there. But other than that, and the power and stuff, that's the only downfall that I had. Other than that, it was great. Everything was just it was so good, so good. So we got 5-star review from this one as well. This one was really good. This was our second time with this group, first Christmas party of the year for me, and for it to go over successful with 1,200 people, I can't be mad at that. I'll take that W. I will definitely take that W. So that was that. So moving on, we'll go into the rest of those. Let me just check the chat and say what's up to some people here. Book is not a gearhead. He is happy with the Maui 44 G2s. What is this? Going to get your extension speakers. I love my 44, but I'm still getting the extension. I'm not a huge gearhead. I would rather get 2 sets of speakers that I can use for like 10 years and be good with, and then get other stuff to make other things look great. So no, I'm definitely not a gearhead. I like multiple setups. I like being able to do multiple things, but it's usually the same speakers. Like those 44 G2s have been through it. If you saw them in person, you would know that they have definitely been through it. Those grills are rough. Let's see. I have many speakers, and I got 1503s, and I'm ordering the 1803s. Oh, you guys are talking amongst yourself. Best bang for your buck speakers I've ever experienced, and I've owned many speakers over the years. Nice. They're no-brainers for working DJs. Great crowd. All right. Appreciate you guys. All right. So we're going to keep this thing going. So next up in the lineup of gigs. So this was gig number 2 of that week. So that Saturday, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. That Saturday, I had that wedding that you saw. Then that Thursday, I had this Christmas party here. And then the very next night, that Friday, I had this Christmas party. Now this was a new, let me move myself here. This was a new company that we were working with. This was our first time with them. And so we wanted to give them a great show. They had the photo booth. They had a TV. I rarely bring out TVs anymore, guys. So this was me being able to work with that. So as you can see, I've got the TV up there, and it's just, it's on a glow totem, which I rarely bring out as well. So kudos to them for getting products that I've tried to really eliminate from what I use, because I'd just rather not use them. But we kept the same setup for the speakers, so it was the speakers again. Now, I can tell that the power issue was definitely different between this gig and the night before, because this gig, I had my own circuit, and we ran 122 watts the entire night, and this system was overkill for the crowd that I'm about to show you. They had about 71 employees. And this was the first time that they had not let a jukebox be their entertainment. So they usually don't dance at these things, and 2 new young women were kind of coordinating this thing. So we worked together, and we were able to get a great show. Now, as you can see right behind the TV and to the right side of me, we are at a brewing company. These cans that are next to me, those are cans stacked up there. Those are empty cans waiting to be filled and sent out to, either, the front area, the front area where they serve beer at, or to like other bars or gas stations or grocery stores. So they fill them and everything here. So we are at a full-fledged brewery. And let me see. I believe I have a video of this. Hold on one second. Here we go. All right, let's see if I can pull up the video right here. So here's the video of this. And this is after a few people had already left. But I mean, like, again, some of these Christmas parties were super small, and I've been dealing with super small weddings. So as long as I can get a few people out there dancing, I'm good with it. They absolutely loved it. Because they were able to dance. The music could be adjusted as far as volume, and it could be adjusted as far as what I'm playing. And to let you know how good this went for me as far as perspectives, the young man that's in the front right there with that vest on is the president of that company. So the fact that he's out there dancing, that just lets me know we're going to get 5 stars from that. And that's exactly what we got. We got a 5-star review for this, especially when you can get the president and everybody dancing on the floor. I had a lot of people come up to me, especially this guy that's in the back left corner with he's got white sleeves and like a vest. He kept coming up to me and was like, bro, like, your mixing is top notch. Like, it is fantastic. This sounds great. And I wish I would have panned all the way over, but we had the photo booth over to the right of the venue, and you can kind of see the bucket and everything on the table all the way to the right, but you can't see the full photo booth. But it is over there, and Helper Rick was managing that, and he did a fantastic job with that. I think in the still picture, I may have the booth in there. Let's see. Right. Oh, well, you still can't see it, but this is what my view was. So you can kind of see they still had cans and everything back there, and they're going to keep moving the venue to different spots. This was just, the first time that they were testing stuff out, and I didn't want to unload the trailer anymore, knowing that I'm going to have to go right back in. So I just used whatever I had already from the night before, and we rocked out at this one minus 2 lights. So I took that and ran with it, and it was a great night. So then I got a little break on Saturday. It didn't have a function. And then Sunday came up, and we had a wedding. So this was Sunday's wedding, and I tried to space myself out as much as I can here. We've been at this venue multiple times, and it is an easy venue. It's very easy to load in. There's no stairs that you have to worry about. So I did trim down the setup, went back to the 44 G2s, and used just 2 lights. And with the video clip that I have, you'll see that is more than enough. Again, I used the IR4s, as you can see right here in the doorway. I put 2 in this doorway to kind of highlight that. It's an old bank, so you can see that the big bank vault is right behind the in that area there. That's where the bar was at, and the dance floor in front of me was fantastic. Once again, you remember we talked about this a while back. Dance floors is a great way to make some extra money. I'm really highly considering getting a dance floor, just like this one right here, and maybe a wood one. But we did bring out the T-stand again, and we had everything kind of covered behind me right over there with the facade. But let me give you the clip from this one. So you, like I said, I mean, this just gives you so much lighting. I mean, just with those little IR4s on each post, and then the 2 moving heads at the door, it gives you so much lighting. I love it. I love it because it's super bright in there. And that's what the lights dimmed. Like, if you were actually in this venue, it was not that bright. So the ISO on my phone is probably up too high. It looks like it's bright in there, but it's not. But it definitely is colorful, which I thoroughly enjoy because this is really good. You can see each post in there has some light coming up because we've got an IR4 on there from both lighting. So that went over well. But that concluded a busy 7 days or 8 days. It was just so much. It was so much. I was more than done after that. So that brings us here to today, where we are in the final week of gigs for me. I've got one more wedding to close out 2025, and that's this Saturday. And kudos to the couple. I met with them on Monday, and this young lady's playlist is, oh man, she just did a great job. Let's just say that. I hope to get a lot of footage from that, and I'll show you guys that in the new year, or you probably will see a reel from it if it's really, really good, because the music she selected is pretty good. Now, as far as the setup goes, I am going to bring out the T-stand again. I wanted to close out the year and use the T-stand as much as I can. So the last this will be 4. So this will be the 4th gig in a row that I used the T-stand, because it didn't get a lot of love, or as much love as I wanted it to get. So I definitely want to get it out more, so that I utilize it more, because I feel like I don't use it enough. And I've got all this great equipment and everything in here. And so I just want to get back to using it. I haven't used my Cross 12s in a minute, just because of how busy I've been. But come January, mixes and everything go back, be using those Cross 12s. You'll get more content from me that's, a little different than an event, which is great. And I can't wait to start doing that. I cannot wait. So that was that. I hope you guys enjoyed that as far as the catch up of everything that I had. Let's take a look at the chat before I talk about the one thing that I had to talk about today. Let's see. Best bang for your buck speakers I've ever experienced, and I've owned many speakers. Is that the 44 G2s, Jay Davis? Welcome in the house, Jay Davis, too. I didn't know if I did that. Many speakers, and I got the 1503s, and I'm ordering the 1803. Okay, my bad. I should have looked up again. They are no-brainers for working DJs. Great crowd. DJ Danny B says, how is your 2026 bookings looking? Pretty good. Actually really good. I've got 2 months that are completely booked out, 2 months that have 1 weekend open, and January and August are the 2 slowest months so far. Every month after that, until you get to November, has at least 3 events. I know that was kind of hard to follow, but basically January, I'll get a break. Right now, August, I'll get a break. February, March, April, May, June, July, September, October, all have at least three events. And then haven't booked out November or December. And I also would like to tell you that I got my first official offer for 2027. So that's a big deal. People are booking for 2027 and 2025. But I sent over the information, and I'm hoping that this couple definitely selects me. And guess where they found me? Right here on YouTube, on my, they found me on my mix that I did, the open format mix that has no edits, no cuts. They found me there. They love what I do, and they reached out, and I finally got to talk to them over the phone, or did we do a Zoom? No, we talked over the phone. And she told me what they were looking for. I told them I can match that as far as, the gear and everything. I sent them over a proposal, and now we wait. So if that books, that will be a 2027 in Florida. So I'll be coming down to Florida to knock out that event. So that will be great. So like I always say, You never know who can find you wherever you put stuff out, but they won't find you if you don't put anything out. You've got to put stuff out. You've got to put you doing your job if you want to get booked out some way, somehow. And that brings me to our topic today. I'll answer these questions real quick. How many gigs per week do you want to do? I would prefer one a week. I would, just because I feel like I'm starting to get to that point where one a week, it will be fine. I don't want to do 2 and 3. I just feel like it just wears on you a lot more than it used to. Well, we're not getting any younger. So I would prefer 1. I can handle 2. 3 is like really pushing it, asking for a lot. So I would like to do 1, but I can take 2 and be okay. We have 3 in 2027 already as well. That's what's up. That's what's up. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But I'm very appreciative and humbled by the fact that, couples reach out to me. I mean, because when she went on YouTube, she could have come across anybody. That's what's humbling about that. You could have come across anybody, and she's probably still looking on there as well, because it's not a done deal. So she's probably still looking, but the fact that she came across it and liked what I did and reached out, which means I must have done something right. So I think that is fantastic. So if you're watching or if you're listening, I hope we are able to work together. I'm not going to say, of course, her name or anything like that, just in case, but it is what it is. So let's talk about content. Let's talk about content. All right. So in 2026, not only am I going to have, my assistant, and let me just tell you, Helper Rick, my assistant, has been doing a fantastic job. We have to work on recording a little bit because, when you bring somebody in to the world of DJing who doesn't really, who knows music but doesn't really understand what you want captured, you have to keep working with them until they get what you want, because everybody's got to start somewhere. The fact that he was willing to do this is more than I can ask for, and he's willing to help me put up and take down, which is fantastic. But I wanted to take it a step further, and I wanted to grab some content. And it's crazy that both Barr and Spinelli beat me to this, but I was on YouTube and I found a couple of influencers outside of the DJ world who were utilizing this camera, okay, to get vertical content. And then Barr and Spinelli put out these videos saying that they're using the same camera to now grab vertical content. So my new camera setup going into 2026 is this. I'm going to be using the Mevo camera that is going to be, it's battery powered. So there's no cords other than a cord running sound to the Mevo camera for clean sound. And then I'm also going to be running an Action 5 Pro camera with an Anchor battery for unlimited power, and running it to get vertical footage. Because one thing that, while Ricky is trying to catch up with how I want stuff done, is he may miss a couple of moments that I do remember from some of the events. And this camera here will allow me to be able to capture that. So I went out and got it. I got the battery and everything to go with this. And I've got all the stuff that I use to put this together down in the description below. So if you guys want to check it out, I've already got links for everything because I got everything from Amazon. But the one thing that the other influencers were not saying was, all the pieces that you need to make this happen. So I wanted to show you guys the pieces individually, because I hate when people don't go into full description if they're telling you how to do something. It's like, even if there's a screw that you had to purchase, like, let me know that you had to purchase a screw so that I will know that going into it, I don't have to jerry rig something. So let me just tell you. So the way that this Mevo is hooked up, as you can see, I've got a light stand, and I've got a ball joint on the top, a camera ball joint, and then the part that slides in to that usually attaches to your camera so that you can slide it on there and you can adjust it, is now just hooked to the Mevo at the bottom. It just has a screw opening at the bottom of the Mevo camera, and you just screw it in there and then you can sit it on top. The thing that I have screwed in on the side over here, let me put myself beside it so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. This thing right here. Oh my gosh. This is so opposite. There we go. Is it? That's it. Okay. This thing right here is just a holder. Okay. But it's got multiple connections. So this connection that's closest to us, that is right here, it's just a knob to tighten it. And then around the backside, it's got a thread for you to be able to screw something on top of it that has an opening. Like, you could put another ball joint here if you wanted to, but you wouldn't. And what I did was I had to get like this little block that had an opening thread and glue it to the anchor battery. And then I was able to twist it on here. Now, that's not ideal. Okay. I didn't like that. I hate that I had to do that to be able to get that done, but that's what gets that done. But it's basically glued onto the anchor battery, and now I can spin it on the back of there. Now, for this new setup, I have brought it with me today so that you guys can see it. So this is it right here. This is the setup. So I would like to go over the parts with you here while I got you. DJ KP, what's good? DJ Young Nick, what's good? Hey Jay, what do you think about Serato 4.0 update? I actually like it. I love the fact that you can go into any crate and you can hit the all button when you're doing the search and it doesn't leave the crate. I think that's awesome. I haven't looked at all the features of Serato 4.0, but I love it so far. I don't use any streaming, so all that streaming stuff, it doesn't matter to me. But we'll talk about that another day. Anyway, so basically, let me untwist this so I can show you. Okay. So this arm right here has a clamp on it, and this is from a company, Small Rig. Okay. And don't mind this gold thing. This was something I was testing out, but you don't need that. It doesn't come with it either. So basically this comes like this. I want to be fully transparent here because I hate it when people are not fully transparent, which most people have gotten better at. So it's a Small Rig clamp that's got a thread head on the top of it. We're just going to call it a thread head, but basically you just take it and spin this and this thing opens up. See right there? So now you're able to clamp that onto a, any type of surface as wide as this can go. So of course I use it for a lighting pole. And then you could take any one. This is just one I just found kind of laying around and came off something else. And, but this is a ball head joint, and basically this is for a camera. This is for you to mount some type of camera, on top of it. So basically you just take it and put it on top of there. All right. And what I purchased here, one of the things that's in the link below, is one of these cold shoe mounts. Now this is normally for like a flash to be added to a camera. But what I've done with it is it's got a thread down here at the bottom. So I just add it to the head of this and get a snug connection just like that. And another good thing for having this thing on a ball joint is you could loosen this and you could turn this any way you want to. I mean, that's fantastic. So if you need to get a different angle, you can. And you don't have to move anything. So let me tighten that back. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Now let's straighten this up. There we go. Okay, so now you got your cold shoe mount on the top of it here. And so this guy right here, I want to take it completely apart so you can see it. This has got a 1.5 foot USB-C to USB-C cord. I just wanted it short so it didn't, it doesn't take up a lot of space. It doesn't have some long wire hanging. And then this is a Anchor battery. You can see it here. It's just got, how much battery and juice and everything it's got. And then I don't know this company here, but I've linked it down below. But this is just like a GoPro mount, and it's sticky on the bottom. So I've stuck it onto here. And then this right here is a small rig clamp for batteries. It actually is listed for batteries. So like batteries like this. And it has a hot shoe mount on the bottom of it. So basically all I do is just take it and it extends. Hold it just like this. And then now I'm able to take this and combine it with the hot shoe mount on top. And then this just screws down so that it doesn't come off, as you can see. And then this is your Action 5 Pro. Now, the great thing about this is you can mount it multiple ways. So it's got, it looks like a normal GoPro like that. So you can take, and this comes with the camera, but this little connection right here, and it's magnetized. So at the bottom, you can do it horizontal. And on the top, if you wanted it vertical, it's got another magnet side on the bottom, the way it goes right in. And now you just take this and fit it right in there. Get your screw. And now you have a fully mounted vertical camera. And you can set this up behind you. And of course you can adjust it since it's on a joint. You can adjust it up and down like this, like so, based on the view. And you can view this on, like it's got a front facing camera on here so you can see. It's got a rear facing view or screen on here as well. And you can use the what is it called? DJI MIMO MIMO app to see on it as well. You can actually operate the camera from the app as well. The card that's inside that I use is a 256 gigabyte card, and so it'll hold about 9 hours. This battery will hold this camera for about 8 hours, so you can just get continuous recording as long as you change the settings on the camera to not shut off after a certain amount of time. Just leave it on never and leave it on you recording manually, and you can pretty much go to town. I mean, the USB-C connection for the charge is right there on the top. And you can see on the back that it's loading up. And there's the charging. So it's at 99% right now. So you can see that works. But that's what that looks like. This right here is going to make life a lot easier for me. This is going to capture some great content and allow for me to continue to produce good stuff. And now you're going to get stuff from a different angle. You could take this and you don't have to have the horizontal one. If you just want to do vertical content and put it over your like left shoulder to where it gets you and the crowd. Like, I mean, there's so many options that you could do with it that you can get great content from it. So I highly recommend taking a look at how you are recording your events and look into something like a camera that can allow you to be able to get different angles, because I can tell you right now, most of us do the same angle. And, you know, it's usually just kind of right over your head, shooting down, getting a little bit of you. But I'm telling you, the ones that tend to do better are the ones that have different angles. Now, I'm not saying put it like over to the side and show you. I'm just saying like keep it near you so we could see what you are doing and then capture that footage that way, just so it's, you know, something different to try. And I'm all about that. You know, when something gets a little stale, I'm looking for new innovative ways to be able to keep it fresh and give you something different. I don't want to give you the same thing over and over and over again, because you'll get fatigued by watching it. So that's my whole thinking with that. And I hope that helps you guys. Let's check the chat. Let's see here. First, I need some water because I must talk too much. I have no idea how Cleveland Terry does this. Oh, man. Okay. That's awesome. Hell yeah. I have 3 in there. What's up, Buck? All right, Jay, do you think? Okay, we need. Okay, so DJ Danny P says we need to have Jay on King's Court. King's Court, is that for James King? Is that what that's for? Man, hold up. I like this battery setup. Thanks, Jay. Okay. Any ideas? Roll with it, man. Roll with it. Yeah, Jay, when you coming on my show? I haven't gotten any invites to your show, James. You know, I don't have a problem with doing shows. You know, it allows me to be able to step out of the host seat and watch as you attempt to hold people's attention by doing so. I don't mind doing that. Drizzy, nice. I have been wanting to hook up a battery pack to my Action 5, but haven't put in the effort to look into how to do that. So thank you for doing that. I'm going to get that same setup. That's what's up, DJ Drizzy. Like I said, all the links and everything that I use that I talked about right here are down below. I made it like totally easy for you, so you don't have to look far. Definitely do so. Definitely check that out. And like, look, what do I always tell you guys? I don't care if you use or do something similar that I do, because you're not where I am as far as location. Like, and it's not a competition. I just want DJing to always stay fresh to all individuals and stay innovative. I mean, with all this AI that's coming right now, I mean, they're looking at trying to weed us out. You know, people are saying, why do I need him when I've got a digital version that costs way less? You know, and like I just said, I've been booking gigs with this equipment. It's not like I'm just getting it for entertainment. That may be the initial reason. I'm getting it because it is free. It's a free way to advertise yourself. And why not use the free way until they start charging for it? Because eventually they're going to start charging you to do certain stuff. I mean, you could see it coming. You could see the writing on the wall where charging. What if this? How many people would still use YouTube if it started costing you $10 a month? Because $10 a month doesn't sound like anything, but when you got 10 here, Netflix 20, Hulu 10, ESPN 30, and you know, that stuff adds up, man. And right now, YouTube is free, so use it. Social media is free. Use it. Will it always be that way? Probably not, because everybody's looking to monetize. Everybody's looking to monetize. So definitely take advantage of what you can. Take advantage. James King, I'll get you on the schedule next year. Okay. I'm down with it. What's up, Drizzy? I guess everybody know DJ Drizzy. Everybody knows him. Well, welcome, DJ Drizzy. You are a popular young man on here. Okay, so now yours and my favorite part of the show. Wrap things up here for the day. Sig 310, what's good, man? I'll open up the floor for any questions. Just make sure you put hashtag ask, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. If I don't know, I'll try to find an answer for you. Or if you know the answer to that person's question, feel free to type that in the chat. Right now, for the poll, as for the poll goes, I forgot what the question was. Doggone it. Hold on. Do you record your sets? It says 77%, which is 13 votes here total. 77% of you record your events. And I can tell you right now, you need to record your events. Whether you utilize them or not, you need to record them, especially if you want to make money in the DJ world. Whether you're trying to promote yourself for a club, festival, client, baby shower, whatever it is, whatever it is you're DJing for, you need footage of you. Not just a mix, because that could be anybody. You need footage of you. And this is a great way to utilize it. DJ Danny said January 7th, James King. JayBook, much love from Nampa, Idaho. Glad to see you back. Yeah, I've been back for a few weeks now, Chris. I appreciate you, though. I definitely appreciate you. I've been back for a couple of weeks. Trying to entertain these guys, give these guys a reason to actually come back and see me. You know how that goes. You know what question I should have put up as the poll? How many of you are broke right now? And I'm not talking about like broke, like you can't pay your bills, but like broke down to just bill money left because it's Christmas, DJ stuff, sneaker stuff, Christmas presents. How many of you guys are broke out there right now? Show of hands. Yeah, I'm going to put that as I should change the poll. Let me change the poll. How many? That way you don't have to say it out loud, because I think I'll get more response doing that. Let me end that poll. You guys do record. Let me start a new poll then. Let's see here. How many of you are broke right now? Oh my God. Yeah, I started a poll here. Let's see you answer that one. Let's see you answer that one. Because I'm a sneakerhead also. I'm a sneakerhead. I just, hold on. Let me see what I got here. On my feet right now, I got the Black Cats on my feet right now. The 4s. Here it is right here. And then, of course, I just got the Gammas. The Gamma 11s that people were getting. They came in. I did get them for retail. And yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but those are $200 a piece. So you could definitely say that I am definitely running low on funds. Let's just say that. I'm finished all my Christmas shopping, but I'm definitely running low on funds. Let's see here. Look, it's 50% in the poll right now. We all broke. Look at that. See? We all broke. DJ Danny says, I'm a sneakerhead, Jay. My wife gets on to me because I have all of those sneakers, clear boxes. And yeah. My fiance, let's see, she wants me to find room in this room for my shoes. And I have been looking in here on how to do it. And I could probably get like some stuff over here, but I mean, it would leave me so minimal space. Like, I kind of like the space, but she says it's just not feasible where it's at. So she wants me to find room for my sneakers, and I'm even trying to get rid of them now. I'm a sneakerhead, but I'm not like a out of control sneakerhead. Like I've got, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, and some of you gonna be like, "Oh, that's sneakerhead." I probably have about 40 pairs of shoes, but a out of control sneakerhead has hundreds of pairs of shoes. I have like 40, and I'm constantly selling the ones that I don't wear. So I'm rotating and trying to make money and stuff back off of them. But if I don't wear it, then I usually sell it. But as you can see, I'm wearing these Black Cat 4s because I like them. All right, let's see. Oh, Sig 310. Hey, look, if you guys are sneakerheads, I can definitely create a portion of the show or my content to be able to reflect the sneakers and stuff that I get, because I got a good bit. I got a collection that I think some people will be proud of, and I'm mainly Jordans, but I mean I do have some just basic Nikes, some walking stuff. DJ Jenny B, I have the Gammas coming too. See, I just picked up 3 sneakers in a month. Gammas, Nike SBs, the Soulfly Jordan 3. I wasn't a fan of the Soulfly. Oh Lord, I will resist the urge to collect another hobby. I will not collect sneakers. Hey man, look, it's very expensive to do. I wouldn't recommend it if you already got some other hobbies, especially after, when you get stuff like this. When you get stuff like this, oh, that's at 100 now. That's good. When you get stuff like this, and this is 300, and this is 50 or 65, and then this is 15, and this is like 20, and this is 70 something. I mean, you can easily get up to almost $500 right here. You don't have to go this route right here, but you could easily get up to like $500. It doesn't take anything. Like Amazon is the devil as well. Amazon is the devil. You will, before you look up, you will have your basket and be like, is it really worth it for me to get this? And it's only because of what time of year it is. That's why. That's why you won't do it. If this was October, you guys would buy it no problem. You guys would be all over it. Sig 310 says you should do sneaker content and DJ content together. I don't know. I have to see. I have to see how interested you are. I did post the Gammas on my stories yesterday or the day before. Let me see. I can show you the picture I posted. Hold on one second. I actually took it with my camera. Why is my iPad still coming up? Let's see here. Okay. So it's coming up here. Let me get over to my images. You guys have to forgive me. This takes a second. There we go. And let's bring it over. Okay, here we go. Here's my Gamma picture right here. There we go. Yeah, that's just right off the back of the truck. I took that with my my main camera. So yeah, I do have sneakers and stuff, man. I do. I don't know when I'm gonna wear these, but I just saw this from James King. It looks like I collect hats. Why? Because I come on here with a different hat. I do like hats. I don't particularly collect them. Sometimes I have spurts, but I mean I like hats. I try not to wear them that often. I just cut my hair for the weekend. I mean, right before I got on here, I cut my hair and, cleaned up and everything for the day. But, I kind of like hats that don't, nobody's going to ask me, oh, you're a Blue Jays fan? Like, no, because I don't watch baseball. Like, I like the colors. I just like the colors. It went with the shirt. I do like wrestling. How about that? Let's see, Danny B. I barely started wearing my 11 retro North Carolinas. I've been seeing if you don't wear them, they will fall apart. Yeah, they do. After a certain amount of time, they definitely do. So that's why I would rather turn them in while they have an opportunity to make a little bit of money back, especially if they're not going for much online. You might as well go ahead and turn them in and maybe even get a shoe that you want. But turning in shoes is like turning in the old video games. Like if you guys have kids, if you go to like a GameStop and you turn them in, like you've paid $60 for this game, and they will flat out look you in your face and tell you that I would give you $15 for that game. I'm like, what? I barely played that thing. It's brand new. No, it's used, so now it's $15, but I'm going to turn around and sell it for $45 after you give it to me. Like they are hustlers. Pawn shops, GameStop, and sneaker shops are hustlers. They are hustlers. So beware. We are all overgrown boys. Yeah, we are. Because the things that we couldn't have when we were little, we are now getting them now. And that's not really a syndrome, but that can be a problem sometimes. But I mean, look, we only got one life. You only got one life. YOLO. Just don't go broke. Like we all are right now. Just don't go broke. Oh man. It matches the gamblers. I mean, it does kind of, because it does have a black bill, but it does have a red bill on the bottom. It's red there, but I got a hat that comes close to it. Okay, enough of this, man. Enough of this. Let's talk questions. Let's go. I got a little bit of time to talk questions. I'll answer like 3 or 4 of them if you guys got it. He said a syndrome. Yeah. I got issues. Okay, so let's do some questions here. You guys got to let me know some questions. Let's get them out there. Get them answered for you. Okay, hey, now James, this is a very good statement here, because I'm always looking for things in our industry that would be able to make money outside of me having to put in work. Now, a wedding venue can be great, but there are so many it has to be's for me that I don't know if I would do a full out wedding venue. Like I would love to have a venue, but I would love for it to just be super easy. Like how we walk into these venues and it just looks like everything is running smoothly. Like if it doesn't do that initially, like if I've got to get stuff repaired and fixed, like that's great. If I got to be there all the time, like that, oh man, that just takes the fun out. I feel like having a venue kind of takes the fun out of it. Yeah, you could make some money, but I don't want the fun taken out of the service. If I can have fun doing it, I don't mind doing it. It can be a cash cow, but I think that I would be thinking on a smaller scale, as far as me, not telling you to. But a wedding venue would be great if you are able to manage a lot of people, if you are able to find the right location, if you are able to manage your expectations, willing to advertise and go the extra mile. Like it's an investment. It most certainly is an investment. But it is something that can definitely pay off, as these venues are like not cheap. They are not cheap by any means to have, run, and hold. It's not cheap, but it can be a type of cash cow. Because I mean, if you can do 2 to 3 events per weekend, even sometimes 1, depending on what their need is, I mean, you could really clean up depending on where you live at and where you've got it at. But there are some venues that I know that don't get as many looks as some venues that become more popular than others. I would say if you're going to get one, I would definitely get one near another one. So the option is between you and them. I wouldn't get one that's kind of secluded. I wouldn't, because there's only a handful of people that likes a secluded venue that's away from everybody else. And it's probably more to maintain out in that area to get somebody out in that area. So, I mean, those are just a few things that I looked at, because I've thought about getting, a venue as well. But those are just, my gripes on it. Let's see. I think DJ Danny B, I think I would rather own a space. We have a lot of spaces here in Houston that you can rent the space, which is usually a nice size space. And all you do is decorating the chairs, the table, etc. Here's a thought. Why you guys are talking about other investments, and just hear me out. I would rather own a company that supplies like the tables, chairs, things of the sort. Okay. So we have a place, we have multiple places here that you can rent, chairs, tables, dance floors. You can rent all this stuff from. I would rather have a company like that, to where I just manage guys bringing out stuff and picking back up stuff, rather than a whole system, a whole place, a whole space. If I can get somebody who will just bring out tables, set up chairs, and then at nighttime the planners, because I've always seen the planners have to do all the decorating, so you wouldn't have to decorate. But like, maybe if I had some guys that put up the tents, like when people need tents over their space, when people need additional tables and structures and things like that built, like, of course we would build them, but then take them out there, because I just think that it's easier to maintain and manage something like that, as opposed to if you were to have like a whole building that has multiple things that can go wrong. You see what I'm saying? That's my thinking. Like, if I had to own something in our business, it would be like along those lines. And you would do big business, man. As long as you got in with some coordinators, they would always recommend, like, we can do this. Yeah, I got a company that we could do this with. And you would get the job no matter what. Like, because all you do is just tell them how much they owe you, and that's it. And the coordinator puts all the rest of that together. All right. I have also thought about renting out my extra gear in 2026, going and setting it up for the people to use. Interesting. I thought about that as well too. I just don't have enough interest here where I'm at, where people would take that on. I think when people have, I mean, of course you're going to have like some contract and everything, James. So I'm sure you're going to dot your I's and cross your T's. I just think that people don't take care of your stuff as much. People run limits. People let people just kind of get crazy with stuff. And yeah, they would be responsible for it. But it can be a cash cow too, because if you do get people who are responsible, who know what it's like to be a DJ, who needs that type of, man, you can make a killing, especially for people who are like coming in from out of town and they're looking for rentals for stuff, or like conventions that come into town, or things like that, where you're just setting up the audio for it and you just had that stuff just sitting around and now it's making money for you. Oh yeah, that's the move. That's a great move. That's a really, really good move. DJ Drizzy, Jay, do you do any wedding shows to promote your business? I do not. I think, and I've said this in the past and I still stand by it, I think wedding shows are for multi-ops. I think that's for people who want to do 100+ events a year. And right now, I currently myself do like 54, and I've gotten DJ Mike up to like 15. And I'm trying to scale back and push him more. So, I mean, we're right about that 60, 70 something cusp. And I don't want to do more than that. I definitely don't want to do more than that because that averages out to about a gig a weekend. Um, so I don't advertise. I let my Instagram, my YouTube be my advertisement, but everything else is word of mouth from vendors, friends, family, coordinators, things like that. That's how I'm promoted right now currently, and have been for, I'd say, the latter part of about 6 years. Yeah, 6 years. That's how I've been. I haven't put really any money into advertising. I'm just more word of mouth than anything. And then, like I said, I was looking at my numbers and how I've gotten the majority of my events. And the number one category that Honeybook says that I get that books me is other vendors. The number two is Google. And then number three is social media, and so forth and so forth, so forth. I currently have 116 5-star reviews. And the good thing about them is they don't sound robotic, so it does look like they're actual people, which they are. And there are pictures to go along with them. I'm so glad that some of my brides have taken the extra step to put photos on there as well, so it also doesn't look like I have staged these 5-star reviews. I've earned every single one of those 5-star reviews, but that is how I'm currently advertised. All right, a few more, and then we get out of here. Good question, though, Drizzy. I agree. I thought about pushing a dance floor rental, mainly the LED dance floor. Be careful with the LED dance floors, just because I don't know how long they hold up. And I know that regular dance floors will hold up much longer. And I think you would rent that out more often, especially if you want to get into a little bit more higher end events. They're going to want, basic brown or brown and white or black and white, checker dance floors or wood like dance floors. And you can make a pretty penny. You can make a great penny. I mean, like I said, the last 3 out of the last 4 events that I did all had dance floors that had to be added. So the opportunity is out there. I've told y'all before, I think dance floors is a really, really, really good way to make some extra cash if you can just find a couple people to take it out there and go pick it back up. Dance floor, dance floor, dance floor. Just beware of those LED ones. Those are cool for certain people, but there'll be more people interested in the wood or checker. Trust me. James Knight, I think I would say at the event. Wait a minute. I would stay at the event and manage my gear while the event was going on. But what if you were booked? What if you had to send your gear out and you had an event that day also? You couldn't do that. You couldn't do that. It's an option, but me personally, I'm like you. I would love to be able to stay and watch, keep up with it. I would also like for the person just to bring it back to me, because that would be nice too. So it just depends on who you get. DJ Breeze Pittsburgh. Hope I said that right. I think so. Broke. What if we have money in the bank but owe more than we have to credit card? That, my friends, means you are broke. You may have money in the bank, but it's spoken for. You know what I'm saying? You're broke. You're broke. But there's nothing wrong with being broke if you can still manage to get out of that. Like if you're not going to be broke for long, like this is just the time of year where, I don't have any cash or I don't have any liquid money to get my hands on. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching too many money laundering movies. I just used the word liquid. Those are the good shows though. The ones that have like the money laundering. Like I would never do that, but still like the fact that my brain picked up on that, it means I like those shows. they interest me. All right, Valentine Clark. Any footage of DJ Mike? Are your styles similar? Oh yeah, man. Look, DJ Mike has a social media page. If you guys want to check him out, it's Magic_706 or DJ Magic Mike _706. I don't have any particularly. Wait, I may have one. Hold on. I may have one because Mike has sent me something. Hold on. Oh, my bad. Let's see if I can. Let's see how fast I can do this. All right, let's see here. Let's take that off. All right, now let's add this. Add this. There he is. I've been telling Mike to get a videographer or somebody who can film stuff for him as well to create some more reels. And he's found somebody. He's done a good job. This was one that came through the company, and this was another corporate event that Mike tackled for me, and he did an absolutely fabulous job. I think we will be back with them, so that would be good. Now we have three corporate companies that will probably utilize us, hopefully for the next 2 years, just based off of the job we did this past weekend. But yeah, there's Mike for you. Glad you guys asked. I mean, he's right there. He did send me this video. This was in our text thread that he sent me. So, and they already told me he did a fantastic job. So, no problems there. This was at the Museum of Art, which is downtown Columbia, and you can see that Mike had a great setup, and it looked good. He's dressed sharp. I couldn't ask for more from Mike. Definitely a blessing. I can promise you that. This guy has been definitely a blessing to not only me but to the company. He is doing great. Doing great. So I think that's it. I think we've gone over everything. Let's see what the poll says. I'm going to end the poll. I said, how many of you are broke? 60% of you said that you are broke. 60% of you guys said that you are broke right now. And look, I feel you. If anybody feel you, I feel you. All right. I've been on here entirely too long. I really appreciate you guys checking me out, coming on week after week. I definitely thank you. I don't care about the numbers. I just care that you hear me. That's all I care about. So thank you guys every week for coming out. Again, like I said at the beginning of the show, probably won't be back until after New Year's, because every Thursday is, next Thursday is Christmas. Thursday after that is New Year's. So just enjoy some family time. And then when we come back, we're going to talk 2026 and what's involved and what's going to happen and new things. I'm going to try to show you footage that I captured this Saturday with this guy. This will be the first time this guy is out. So definitely check me out on Instagram so I can, show you what the event's going to look like. And then next week, I hope to have footage from this guy to show you, what I captured, what it looks like, to see if this is something that you would like. I know I keep saying next week, but when we come back, I will show you that from this Saturday. So it should be good. Should be a good time. So, look, Merry Christmas to you guys, to friends and family, everybody that you're going to see, everybody you're going to have over. Hope you guys have a great Merry Christmas. I hope you guys have a great New Year's. Happy New Year's to one and all. Thank you guys for the continued support. I could not have asked for more. And look, we'll be back in 2026 and we'll be better than ever. We got interviews coming up. We got more stuff to talk about. I mean, I even was going to talk about my rack on here. Not this rack, the rack from the freaking techniques that I use for audio that I'm going to talk about. My brain works in mysterious ways. But we'll talk about that in the new year. So we'll go over that. I appreciate you guys. See you guys next year. Enjoy your festive time. And we out.